Hey, what up, nerds? Why don't we talk about rifles? This is the first rifle that I built. Not the first that I've owned, but the first one that I built uh, specifically for, you know, training, competition, whatever you want to call it. So I built this at the perfect time. The 2020 Summer of Love is when I started buying all the parts for this. And as you might remember, that was not the best time to be spending any kind of money on firearms parts or ammo. But I did because I'm not smart. So anyway, I would like to just show you this build because I think it's cool. The whole point for this was to be as lightweight as possible without going to uh, exciting materials like titanium or carbon fiber. I wanted this to be as easy to find based on parts availability. Keep in mind also, I believe this was sort of at the height of the What Would Stoner Do build series. So there were a lot of carbon fiber parts that were just gone forever. Uh, the Faxon carbon fiber handguard, for example, that was gone for like a year. It feels like you couldn't see it, you couldn't find it anywhere. Um, so I did the best I could, just sticking to aluminum, and I think I did a pretty good job. Guess how much this weighs? I'll tell you closer to the end. But first, I'd like to show you just uh, what it is. So, starting at the end here, I'm not going to say what you think I'm going to say. Starting at the muzzle end of it and going to the buttstock end of it. I don't care. I'm just having fun. So this is a Faxon pencil profile barrel. This is their 14 and a half inch, uh, you know, um, rifled barrel with the integral muzzle brake. So it's 16.1 or so overall length. That makes it easy and convenient. This was also kind of before when I built this, everybody was doing pistol brace builds. So I was still kind of thinking, let me just make this easier on myself. I don't want to get into a situation where I have to register anything or whatever. So I went with the 16-inch overall length, which is still fine. Um, the accuracy out of this thing is awesome. Even after it heats up, it's still awesome. It like no point of impact shift after a lot of rounds when this barrel is super hot. And it does heat up quickly, by the way. Like one mag, and you will notice it is hot. So that's be mindful of that. You'll notice I have just like some rail space and stuff. That's because I had a weapon mounted light on here. I don't anymore. I took it off and put it on a different rifle, which I'll show you sometime soon, maybe next week or the week after. I'll show it to you. There's a minor quality correction that needs to be made, and I'm gonna let that play out before I talk about it or review it, just to make it fair on everybody. So the handguard I went with, this is the Midwest Industries Combat Rail Lightweight Series M-LOK handguard, and so this was the lightest handguard that Midwest Industries went with. This is a 12 and a half inch length. Um, there are lighter ones now. At the time, the only other lighter aluminum handguard was the Aero Precision S1 handguard. That was the only other one that was lighter than this one. And it was a little more expensive. I did buy one anyway for a different upper, which maybe I'll show you. Um, but yeah, I think I will show you that one later because it was sort of built with the same ethos, right? Like the lightest I can get, but slightly different choices made in the upper, which I'll show you later. So what is the gas block? The gas block is, this is the Faxon ultra low profile gas block. It's fine. It does use set screws, so whatever. I haven't had any trouble with these guys backing off. I believe I used red Loctite. Honestly, I can't remember. It's been 3 years, so just take my word for it. This, just a QD from Magpul. It's the metal one. Their aluminum one, I guess. Or is it steel? I don't know. It's the metal one, okay? This is an Arasaka, what is it? Index I think this is the index. They've got two that are really similar. One is a little bit longer than the other one. One is like a hand stop. The other's the index. I think this is the index. This is a steel, or no, this is polymer actually. This is the polymer Magpul M-LOK rail section. And then the lower Poverty Pony, don't care. It's all the same to me. If it's forged mil spec, it's literally all the same. I don't care. The upper is a Strike Industries upper. It is the, I don't know which upper this is, but it's sort of their generic one from Strike. I have several Strike parts on here. I know a lot of people crap on them. I haven't had any problems with their not outlandishly goofy stuff. They're just regular rifle stuff. To me, honestly, is pretty good. The lower parts kit is the Strike Industries lower parts kit. It's got some, nice little upgrades. It's got the ping pong paddle with the bolt hold lower part of it. I do use their safety selector. This has a 45-degree throw. This particular one, you could choose between 45 and 60. 45 is fine with me, so that's what I did. Faxon M16 bolt carrier group. This is not a Strike part. This dust cover, is that TRYBE? Yeah, I think this is the TRYBE Defense dust cover, and this is their jam button. What else can I tell you about this? Oh, these pins here, these are actually pretty cool. These are really easy to install. These are also a Strike part. They're easier to install than sort of the regular ones, or the regular mil-spec ones. The only thing about the Strike Industries lower parts kit I don't like is the magazine release. It's, for whatever reason, it just feels a little bit slippery. I think it's aluminum anodized, and I think it's just kind of slick. It's extended a little bit. You'll notice, I don't know if you can see a good shot of that or not. It sits proud of the sort of like recess here by quite a bit, but I've never accidentally hit it. But what I don't like about it is if you push it too hard, it will kind of bind here. So watch out for that. But it's kind of a rare thing to have happen. The optic is a primary arms, $150 red dot. The QD mount is what is it, AIM Surplus? No, AIM Sports. So the QD mount is AIM Sports. I don't know if they make that anymore, but it's a cheapo $30 mount. And it works fine, honestly. It's awesome. Charging handle, this is a Breek Arms. This is their Warhammer. I believe this is the first gen they came out with. It's got like a little bit of a gas busting thing there. It does not have the slot cut out like the Gen 2 has, but this obviously is never going to be suppressed because it has the integral flash hider there. So I wasn't really too worried about that. At the time, this was like super cheap and made with awesome materials. I think it's like 7075 aluminum. Yeah, 7075 forged. So hard to beat that. Never had any problems. Although it would occasionally snag and just kind of like it'll snag on your stuff basically. And but I've never had it cause any malfunctions. The end plate, this is the Strike Industries end plate, and I actually really dig this one. It doesn't need staking. It has these little scallops cut around it, and then a teeny tiny set screw right there. You stick it in there, you Loctite it, it's good to go forever. So this is awesome. And it also has a QDA in the back, which I've never used. And like, this is like a sling, like for a hash or a clash clip. This is like wider, so you can thread a sling through it. Never used that. Probably won't ever. And then a Magpul, which one is this? MOE. Oh, the Magpul MOE grip. And the Magpul, I can't remember which stock this is. It's not the oh, it is the CTR. So the Magpul CTR stock. Awesome. So, how much does it weigh? Oh, let's. I don't want to talk about pricing. Maybe I mentioned that earlier in the video. I have a price list here. I have everything. That all the parts list, almost everything. A couple things that I had to get extra, like the QDs and the rail section, are not on this price list. But keep in mind, this was the height of the gun buying panic. It was hard to find parts. I may have paid more than some of them are worth. But now we've had 3 years of crazy inflation, so maybe it would be the same. I don't know. But I don't want to tell you how much it cost. But it's in like the $1,200 to $1,400 range. I would tell you is what this is. So how much does it weigh for that? Did I make a good choice? I think in 2020 I made a good choice. Sorry, I bumped the camera. So let's see how much it weighs. And granted, there's not going to be a stock or a light on this particular one because a sling and a light on this one because I've moved it. But this would be kind of representative of like, hey, I just want to shoot it. How much is it going to weigh? And there you go. 5 pounds, 14.7 ounces. What is that in grams? Don't care. All right. So later I'll show you. I'll cut right now, and then I'll grab the other upper that I made for this. Hang on. So here it is. This you will notice. Sorry about the True Glow sight. That's what I had at the time for just zeroing this, or just test firing it really, because I had some reliability issues, which I'll touch on. So 14.5 inch with the integrated muzzle brake. This is the Faxon pencil profile again, so it's 16 inches overall length, or 16.1. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. This is the Aero Precision Atlas S1. This is like an ounce or two lighter than the Midwest Industries lightweight one. The gas block I have, this is the Superlative Arms adjustable gas block. And the reason why I had that is because the bolt carrier group I have is the Faxon lightweight bolt carrier group. So this is their sort of like skeletonized guy here. The upper, what is this upper? I literally don't remember. What is this upper? I have no idea which upper this is. It doesn't matter. It's kind of just like, oh, this is a slick. Where did I get? Oh, this might be Strike Industries. This might be their slick, no forward eject. So this is what I was going for like the most lightweight. Obviously, this crap is not going to help. But I was just trying to sort of get it reliable with this combination of parts. And the charging handle, I believe, is actually the Gen 2 Warhammer with the gas cut there. I think this is the Gen 2 from Breek Arms. So anyway, but I mentioned reliability issues. I could never get this to cycle with the particular ammo that I was running at the time, because that particular ammo was Tula, and it was garbage, and it was inconsistent. Again, this is 2020 when I did this build, and Tula was, let's just say, the more affordable of what was available at that time. So I kind of abandoned this upper for a little while. Now I shoot pretty much exclusively like Winchester M193, specifically the stuff that comes out of Lake City. I could probably scale back to like a cheaper training round, but I'm like, I don't ever want to deal with pressure issues or quality issues ever again. Just shooting like random hodgepodge crap from the shelf they might have in stock. I just started ordering in cases of 1,000, and I haven't looked back. So this has, I don't know, maybe 200 rounds through it. I'm sure it would be fine if I used quality ammo, but I kind of haven't spent the time to do that because my other build has just been fine. So this would probably be a little bit faster, a little bit higher speed, a little bit quicker to toss around than the other one, just because it is just a few ounces lighter. But it doesn't matter. If you want to see how much this weighs, which now I've been yapping about it for a few minutes, I'm a little bit curious. How much does this thing weigh? Let's find out. And I think I'll weigh it with and without the horrible True Glow. I literally just dragged this out of the safe. Don't judge me. But it does work. I haven't had any problems with the True Glow, as maybe bad of a reputation they have. I don't know. So yeah, this is 3 pounds, 12.7 ounces. Let's see what it is without this monstrosity on top of it. So you could sort of insert whatever idea of weight you have. So this is 2 pounds, 14.2 ounces. This upper sort of naked. Obviously, you're going to put more crap on that. You're going to put a light. You're going to put some way to mount a sling. That's probably not this aluminum QD because you don't want to break that your first day. You may add more rail sections. I don't know, but it is M-LOK, so that's nice at 3, 6, and 9. Let me pull off just the upper of the previous build and show you what that is, if you're curious. So here's the upper that I've been using primarily. Okay, all right, like 3 pounds, 10.6 ounces. Granted, it has some extra crap on it and an optic. So yeah, I mean, you know, not bad. What would this be, I wonder, with the lower? How much would that be? This is very scientific. I can't. There you go, 5 pounds, 2.2 ounces. So, what's the point of this video? The point of this video, I think, is just to kind of show the thought process behind these builds at the time that I was building them and what I was thinking about, what I was trying to build. Oh, the trigger. I forgot to tell you the trigger. So the trigger originally was a Rise Armament drop-in, like Rise Armament 140, I think is what the name was. And I got 2 of them, one with a flat trigger face, one with a curved trigger face. And I only tried the one with the flat face, and it was garbage. I had light strikes on anything I tried, whether it was crappy tool ammo or good quality M193 stuff. I would get light primer strikes like every 10 rounds. It was infuriating. So I took, and so I emailed Rise Arms. Was it Rise Arms or Rise Armament? Rise Armament. I emailed Rise Armament saying, hey, what's the problem with this trigger? And they're like, oh, you need to change your buffer weight. I'm like, okay, thanks. So basically not getting help with that from them. So I traded it for, I changed it. I didn't trade it. I still have it. It's for sale. Let me know if you want it. I swapped it out for a LaRue MBT2S. So yeah, it is 2-stage, but I don't mind it. Honestly, it's fine. The 2-stage aspect of it. The performance of it, I think, is great. I think it feels better than the Rise Armament. It actually goes bang instead of click, which is what you want. No complaints about the LaRue trigger. So anyway, that's about all I can think to say. Oh, how many rounds do I have through it? Through this combination, you know, not the super duper lightweight. Through this combination, I have maybe about 2,000 rounds through it. Never a single malfunction. All these parts work great. I will pat myself on the back for the great job assembling it, but you know, these are like Legos for grown-ups. They're pretty hard to mess up unless you like over or under torque something or use the wrong kind of Loctite or something. Like you're gonna be fine. So that's about all. Oh, also the trigger guard is a Strike Industries. I think that comes from their lower parts kit actually. And this is kind of nice because there's no roll pins. Well, there is one actually. I lied. There's a roll pin, but then it kind of just slides over here. And what is that? A set screw? No, that's a roll pin. That's a set screw. So it's got a set screw on this end, a roll pin on this end. It's pretty easy to do, but it is maybe a little bit uncomfortable. So just that angle right there, this corner facet right there, not the most comfortable, but it's not the end of the world either. I could complain about more things. So anyway, I think that's all I have. Let me know what you think. I will have a video out, like I said, next week about the rifle that I'm sort of replacing this one with, for all intents. I mean, I do take this with me wherever I go now. Whenever I do a competition, this is the backup rifle, we'll say, in case something goes down. And like I said, I don't want to show you the new rifle that I have until a small QC issue is corrected. Again, because I want to be fair to everybody. As soon as that's done, I'll do a video on it. Later, nerds.